What's up, guys? Neil Orfield here, taking a look at the Stokastic NFL DFS lineup generator for the FanDuel Week 7 main slate. If you're looking for a DraftKings lineup generator breakdown, I already did that video this morning. You can find it right here on the Stokastic YouTube channel if you want to see what the lineup generator is giving us on DraftKings. While you're coming in, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and hit that notification button so you can get alerts when our shows go live. We're heading towards 100,000 subscribers here on the Stokastic channel, so really appreciate anybody subscribing to the channel. Helps us out a lot. Again, we're looking at the FanDuel main slate here. If you want access to the lineup generator, that's just $14.95 per week. You're going to get access to both FanDuel and DraftKings for the main slates. You're also going to get it for every primetime showdown slate. It's a fantastic tool, fantastic deal. Every lineup you get in the lineup generator is a long-term profitable lineup. They have been run through the Stokastic Sims. They've been found to be long-term profitable. Bad lineups thrown out. Only good lineup showing up here in the lineup generator. Again, we're going to look at the FanDuel main slate here. And by the way, the link, if I didn't say it, the link is in the description of this video if you're interested in trying out the lineup generator. All right, so I am going to do all stack types, which means I'm going to get a mix of one-man stacks with a run back, two-man stacks with a run back. Those are the types of lineups that I'm going to be getting here. I'm also going to do all lineups. We're going to get a mix of chalky, balance, and contrarian lineups. If you're playing only like the Millie, maybe you want to just go to contrarian lineups. I like to have a mix, though. I think you can find nice lineups in all of these different buckets, and you're going to get a wide range if you do all lineups here. All right, first lineup we see here, we've got a double stack. Wow, we have $4 in this lineup. Baker Mayfield in here with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and then also the Bucs defense. That's kind of interesting to have the stack and also the defense from the same team for the Bucs. Looks like we don't have any Falcon bringbacks for this lineup. We got Austin Eckler in there at about 10% ownership. Aaron Jones against that Broncos defense, 10% ownership. Tyler Lockett at 12%. Tyler Higbee at 6%. And then Deontay Foreman rounding out at 9% projected ownership. As you can see here, projects really well. Any lineup you get in the lineup generator is going to be, pretty close to the top in terms of projection. But also, this one's pretty contrarian. Even projecting this well, we have this one on the pretty far contrarian end of the spectrum. We got nobody getting a ton of ownership here. We have, pretty even ownership across the board. Everybody between, looks like 6.3% is our lowest ownership of any player, 13.8% our highest. So just a lot of pretty contrarian, not like super off the wall, but fairly contrarian plays across the lineup. Looks like a really strong one. Let's take a look at the next lineup. Now, a totally different lineup. We've got Justin Herbert now with Keenan Allen. No Chiefs bringbacks. We have both Zay Flowers and Mark Andrews from the Ravens. No Lions bringbacks in that. No secondary stack there. We've also got two Seahawks. So a lot of teammate pairings here. Kenneth Walker and Jackson Smith-Njigba. It's going to look especially good if DK Metcalf is out. But even with DK Metcalf in, seems like JSN is taking on a little bit of a bigger role there for the Seahawks. We have Rashad White in here as a one-off, Jerry Jeudy as a one-off, and then we have the Giants defense. So nice looking lineup. This one a little bit more chalky on the chalky end of the spectrum. I still think this looks like a lineup you could play in a large field GPP. We still have 5% owned Herbert, 6% owned JSN, 8% owned Jerry Jeudy. So you still have some contrarian plays in here. Looks like a nice lineup that you could play in a lot of different types of contests. Nice looking lineup. All right, let's take a look at one more. Back to a Baker stack. Baker now with Chris Godwin, and then the running back Rashad White in here for this one. We don't have any bringbacks from the Falcons. We have Deontay Foreman in there once again. Stephon Diggs, your pay up option. DK Metcalf in this one. So this one is assuming that DK Metcalf plays. I believe he is still questionable. I'm making this video on Saturday. So if you're using the lineup generator yourself, I'd recommend running it after we get inactives on Sunday morning, which would be 10:30 a.m. Central Time. That's 11:30 Eastern Time is when we get inactives. So wait until after we get news, let us update the tool and then run it closer to lock when we have the best possible information, updated ownership, and then also updated projections. But as of now, on Saturday, we're getting DK Metcalf in this one. Marquise Brown in there for the Cardinals. And then we have the Steelers defense in this lineup. All right, now let's take a look. Yeah, another Baker. Let's just go through and save all of the lineups we can, see what our exposures look like at the end. So after you have saved the number of lineups it lets you, which is supposed to be just 20, we've been getting some bonus lineups lately. Yeah, 40 lineups saved here today. pretty nice to be able to save 40 lineups at a time. We have 42% Chris Godwin, 40% Travis Kelce, 38% Mike Evans, 35% Jahmyr Gibbs, 33% Puka Nacua, 30% Zay Flowers, and then a drop off pretty spread out in our ownership here. A lot of different players making their way into these 40 lineups. 42% not particularly not a lot at our top end. 42% for Chris Godwin, 38% Mike Evans, liking the Bucks in the lineup generator this week. That is interesting to see. Of course, if you don't like the lineups you're getting here, if you're thinking these aren't contrarian enough, you can always go in and discard however many lineups you want to, or you can actually discard all lineups at once if you want to, and go back and choose the contrarian bucket. There are a lot of different ways to approach this. Again, I like to have a mix of different lineups, but currently this is what we're getting in our first run. And you can also, like, if you don't want to have 42% Chris Godwin, just go and find some Chris Godwin lineups, discard those particular lineups. Those are going to go away. You can go back and find some lineups that don't have Chris Godwin in there. So really powerful tool. A lot of different ways to use it. You can just use the lineup it gives you, or you can, specify I want specific types of lineups and I want to get less or more of different players by, taking them out of your lineup. So that is going to do it for this video. Again, like the video if you haven't already done so, and subscribe to the channel because we have a lot of great content here on the Stokastic channel. Thanks for watching. Good luck this week.